Hi, I have a review for you from 5 Years Gone by Marie Force. This was a very emotional read. It was one of the more emotional reads than I've read in a long while. I will start off by saying that this is published by HTJB Inc. I received it from Inkslinger PR for a blog tour that I did, I believe, one day this week. Anyway, I would love to start off with the blurb to give you an idea of what this book is about. The most brazen terrorist attack in history, a country bent on revenge, a love affair cut short, a heart that never truly heals. I knew on the day of the attack that our lives would change forever. What I didn't know then was that I'd never see John again after he deployed. One day he was living with me, sleeping next to me, making plans with me. The next day he was gone. That was 5 years ago. The world has moved on from that awful day, but I am stuck in my own personal hell, waiting for a man who may be dead for all I know. At my sister's wedding, I met Eric, the brother of the groom, and my heart comes alive once again. The world is riveted by the capture of the terrorist mastermind brought down by U.S. Special Forces in a daring raid. Now I am trapped between hoping I'll hear from John and fearing what will become in my new life with Eric if I do. From a New York Times bestselling author, 5 Years Gone, a standalone contemporary, is an epic story of love, honor, duty, unbearable choices, and impossible dilemmas. That is the description. Now here is my review. This book, by the way, it was published on October 9th. I gave it 5 stars. I'll start off simply by saying that, and I think I already said it, it's a very emotional read. Now, it's very captivating because it's the story of two broken souls who come together and they form a very solid pairing. Now, obviously, by the way, this is a romance, so we know there's going to be a happy ending. The protagonists are going to end up together. The question is, how will this formula work? What is the formula to make a relationship like this work? Now, as I mentioned, there are two broken souls because we have two people. We'll start off with Ava. Ava's life was completely shattered when her she was in a relationship with John West, who was a military man. They were together for a couple of years, but suddenly he gets deployed, and when this happens, she never saw him again. She lived in limbo for 5 years. She waited and waited and waited for news. Was he dead? Was he injured? Was he on assignment? Will he come back? Well, as much as her life was in shambles, she did pull it back together. Her sister was getting married, and when she went to her sister's wedding, which was in New York, where she was actually raised, she decided to stay there. So she gets a job and her life begins again. Now, at the wedding, she was paired with someone named Eric. Now, Eric Tisdale is the groom's brother, her sister's new husband's brother. Well, Eric and Ava become fast friends. In the very beginning, Eric tells Ava about how he was ghosted. He was engaged, his life was just perfect. His future was laid out in front of him, but one day his fiancee was gone, so his heart was shut down. Ava so much wants to share her story with Eric, but she holds back. Now, the story is told from several first-person points of view, with Ava being the primary storyteller. But we also get Eric's point of view and even sometimes her sister's story. Now, I wrote a couple of quotes down from the book, so I will read those. One is, "This casual night out with a friend has taken on all new significance." And how did that happen in the span of a heartbeat? Another memorable line was, "I found out what happens when dreams come true and how painful it is when they blow up in your face." This is the vein of the story. How is it that hope can come in a heartbeat? What happened to give Ava hope? also, can she dream again? Or if she does not give herself another chance, what will happen? Or what if she does take a chance? Could she lose it all over again? Now, I don't want to spoil the book at all, but I will say that Ava becomes faced with a very difficult decision to make. I will say that in light of that decision that she has to make, there's another book that's going to be released. Yes, this is a standalone, but there is another story to follow, and that's all I'll say on that. Now, I will mention that Ava's job, as I mentioned, she got a job in New York. This job goes a long way in helping her to heal. And she also gets help with a friend of hers, and that helps her as well. Regarding her job, that it gives us a lead into a secondary romance. That was very sweet as well. Very, very touching. That's all I can say about this book. It's a wonderful story. It's very touching. It's very affecting. There are several places in the story that either I had a very big lump in my throat or I was reaching for tissues. Marie Force does a fantastic job in this book, and I was very glad to read it. Now, I'm sorry to say I've never read her before, but I did look her up on Goodreads. She has written 37 books. Yes, she's a New York Times best-selling author. If this is her writing style, then I'll definitely put her as far as I can in my TBR, as much as I can in my TBR pile. She does have another book coming up. I really don't remember the title right now, but I have requested it, I believe, on either NetGalley or Edelweiss, and I hope to be able to read that as well. So that's it. It's called 5 Years Gone. It's Marie Force, and it was released in October. That's it. All right. Thank you for your help, for your time. Bye.